The nervous system controls our whole body. There is another system which acts together with nervous system to initiate and control the movements and other physiological processes of our body. It is termed as endocrine system. Nervous system uses electrical signals, but endocrine system uses chemical signals. It can send signals to specific glands to secrete a chemical called hormone, which can talk to different parts of the body to how, when, and how long to do a work. The hormones can bind to specific areas of cell membranes called the receptors. That's how it can give instructions. Hormones control different functions of our body like growth and development and metabolism, that is how we get energy from the food we eat, sexual functions and even our mood. If there is a hormonal imbalance, it can mess our body by making problems like improper development during puberty, infertility and problems in managing stress. It can also lead to gain weight, lack of energy, and weak bones. The system which is responsible for regulating the bodily functions through the release of hormones is termed as endocrine system. In vertebrates, the neural center for all the endocrine system is the hypothalamus. There are glands involved in endocrine system called the endocrine glands which secrete hormones into the interstitial spaces. Interstitial spaces are spaces between the tissues. From there, they are absorbed into the bloodstream and through bloodstream it reaches the target organ or tissues. Let's discuss about the endocrine glands and its hormones. Hypothalamus is the organ that connects endocrine system into the nervous system. It is a structure in the forebrain and is connected to the pituitary gland, which in turn regulates the other endocrine glands. We cannot explain the hormones of hypothalamus without detailing about the pituitary gland as they are interconnected. There are two lobes in the pituitary gland. One is known as the anterior pituitary and other one is the posterior pituitary. Hypothalamus is connected to the pituitary gland through a pituitary stalk. The hypothalamus is connected to the anterior pituitary through small blood vessels. These blood vessels are called hypophyseal portal system. Anterior pituitary is also known as adenohypophysis. That's why the blood vessel system is known as the hypophyseal portal system. Hypothalamus secrete some hormones which will activate the anterior pituitary through the hypophyseal portal system and that activate the anterior pituitary to secrete its hormones which will in turn regulate the release from other endocrine glands. One of the hormone which is secreted by the hypothalamus is called the gonadotropin releasing hormone. It stimulates the anterior pituitary to release two hormones, LH and FSH. FSH is the follicle stimulating hormone and LH is the luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone in females control the menstrual cycle and stimulate the growth of eggs in ovaries. Luteinizing hormones in ladies helps to control menstrual cycle and ovulation. Ovulation is the release of ovum from ovaries. In men, luteinizing hormones stimulate testosterone production from testes. CRH is the corticotropin releasing hormone from hypothalamus, activate the anterior pituitary to release ACTH, that is adenocorticotropic hormone, that regulate the hormone release from adrenal glands. Another hormone is TRH, that is thyroid releasing hormone from hypothalamus that stimulate the anterior pituitary to release two hormones, TSH and prolactin. TSH is the thyroid stimulating hormone which stimulates thyroid gland to release its hormones. Prolactin helps in the production of milk in mothers. GHRH is the growth hormone releasing hormone from hypothalamus that stimulate the anterior pituitary to release the growth hormone. Growth hormone goes to bones and muscles to stimulate growth. PIH is the prolactin inhibitory hormone which is secreted by the hypothalamus that stimulate the anterior pituitary to inhibit the production of prolactin. Here the growth hormone and prolactin from anterior pituitary are direct hormones as they are acting directly on the body, not on the glands. Hypothalamus communicates with the posterior pituitary through nerves and it sends signals through the nerves for the release of hormones from posterior pituitary. But a small difference is here that the hormones from posterior pituitary are originally synthesized in hypothalamus and are stored in the posterior pituitary. There are two hormones released from posterior pituitary are the oxytocin and ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone stimulates the ducts in kidney to retain water. Oxytocin is involved in the uterine contractions in women during childbirth. It is associated with empathy, trust, and relationship building. There is a small pea-shaped gland in the brain which is situated here, which is termed as the pineal gland. It secretes a hormone called melatonin. It regulates the sleep cycles. Thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped organ located in the base of neck. It releases triiodothyronine T3 and thyroxine T4. They play a major role in the regulation of weight, energy levels, internal temperature, skin, hair, and more. If thyroid gland doesn't make enough hormones, it leads to a condition called hypothyroidism. As a result, the heart rate might go slow, constipation and weight gain might happen. If this gland makes too much of hormones, it leads to hyperthyroidism. Your heart rate may go up, lose weight, and lots of other symptoms are related to hyperthyroidism. There are a set of four glands behind the thyroid gland. They are termed as parathyroid gland. It regulates the calcium in our bodies. It plays a role in our bone health. Adrenal glands are found above the kidneys. There are two parts in the adrenal gland, which is the adrenal cortex and the adrenal medulla. Again, this adrenal cortex is divided into three separate zones: zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, and zona reticularis. There is one separation here. This is the medulla, adrenal medulla. The hormones from zona glomerulosa is the aldosterone, which is essential for the conservation of sodium from kidney. Zona fasciculata releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone that increases glucose level in bloodstream and control the blood pressure. Zona reticularis releases DHEA, which is dehydroepiandrosterone. It is a precursor hormone. Precursor hormones can be converted into a real hormone. It is the highest circulating steroid in our body. It can be converted into estrogen and testosterone in the tissues. The adrenal medulla secretes two hormones, epinephrine, also called adrenaline, or norepinephrine, also called noradrenaline. They are the hormones of sympathetic nervous system. It is responsible for flight or fight response. Thymus is a primary lymphoid organ of lymphatic system. We discussed in detail in the lymphatic system video. Please check the description to find the link. It produces T lymphocytes that can fight infections. Pancreas is located in the abdomen. A group of cells present in pancreas is called islets of Langerhans. There are two types of cells, beta cells and alpha cells in the islets of Langerhans. Insulin is a hormone produced by the beta cells of islets of Langerhans. Its role is to lower the glucose levels in the bloodstream and promote storage of glucose in fat, muscle and liver. Alpha cells in islets of Langerhans produce glucagon, which has an opposite action of insulin. It releases glucose into the bloodstream from the storage places and thereby increasing the blood glucose level. The people with type 1 diabetes, the pancreas mostly don't produce insulin, which leads to very high blood sugar levels. In type 2 diabetes, pancreas produce insulin, but it is not enough. In women, ovaries produce estrogen and progesterone. These hormones help to develop breasts at puberty, regulate menstrual cycle, and support pregnancy. This is a female hormone. In men, testes make a hormone called testosterone, which is a male hormone. That's it about endocrine system. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you have any queries, put it in the comment box. Thank you.